Okay, so he doubles up his rooks, and I move my g-pawn up a square. That looks like a very docile move, but it was crucial for my defense here because I figured that he was going to try to bring his rook to that g6 square, which would have been in front of the pawn, and the only pieces that could defend against it would be my queen and my king. Now my queen wouldn't take it because then it would be captured by the rook, and then my king couldn't take it obviously because it would still be in check because there's the other rook back here backing it. So I had to move it there because if he does try to occupy and capture that square, I can now bring my other rook in to defend. So that was critical in doing that. That's also why I brought that rook back there to begin with. Now he moves his queen over, and he's now threatening this other h-pawn, which is not defended at all. And he's now freeing up this diagonal like he could make a play over there. So I have to play this a certain way, and I have to be careful how I play it. I just moved that pawn up another square. As you can see, he's threatening this g5 square 3 times, twice with his rooks, once with his queen, but I'm defending it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times total. So that's why I decided to move it there, and that move also protects this other pawn. So that was a nice move. Now I could have done that to begin with and not given his queen the chance to reposition herself, but I was hoping that I'd be able to keep these 2 squares free to maybe bring my rook over and threaten him along this file, or bring my queen out. But you know, he forced the move, and that's fine. His queen moving over a square didn't really hurt me too much. Just like taking an extra move forward with my pawn didn't hurt me too much, so that's not a big deal. He now takes a nice pawn, which was helping his defense, and he's using it as an offensive piece, which I don't really like. He's now threatening this g-pawn. I don't like that move. Because, you know, I still had that square protected, so it's not like he was threatening much. So, since seeing that bad move, I now take the opportunity to capture that pawn that had been hanging there for the longest time. He moved off the center now. His rook, he had moved over this file. He moved his queen away. So that center was free. I don't need to defend that anymore. Now I can go ahead and take that pawn, which I've been eyeing for the longest time. He now captures my pawn and is threatening my queen. But I saw that I planned this out, and I knew how I was going to handle this if he did that. I don't have to worry about my queen being taken because I have check on the next move. And it almost looks like mate because he is very trapped. He can only defend. He can't move his king. So this is a forced exchange. He has to protect. I'm definitely going to take that because now I am up a pawn. I'm up material. And he loses initiative because now he has to recapture. And now it's my move. And even though my queen was sitting here hanging, now I can do whatever I need to do with her. And I just, this is great for me. I can leave my queen where she's at and activate that rook, so that you can see the benefit of bringing it onto that file. It acted as a defensive piece, and now it's an offensive piece. And I chose that move. I could have taken it with either of these other ones, my queen or my pawn. I wouldn't have with my queen, obviously, but could have taken it with my pawn. Chose not to. I want to force this exchange. He takes it. Now is the question: do I want to take it with my queen or my pawn? I use my pawn. So if I had taken it with my queen, he would have more than likely recaptured back and traded queens. And then now we'd pretty much be in the end game, and his king would start to make a run up here. I don't have my pawn's position. I figured that the way it looks, I'll keep my queen a little longer, maybe for a couple more moves, see if I can get into better position, and then I'll trade off queens. So he moves his king up. I move my king over to the center, which is what I wanted to do to begin with. He moves his king back down. He really has no other moves he can do. If he moves his pawns, he's going to compromise his pawn structure and his defense. If he moves his queen, he really can't capture anything with her. So she's better off where she is. And as you can see along this diagonal, that passive bishop, which actually hasn't been passive, it's still been attacking this square this whole time. So he has to keep his queen on this rank to protect that, or at least represent that he's protecting it. Now I move my queen up. I'm ready for the exchange. He takes it. He pretty much has to. And I move my G pawn over because I want to maintain my good pawn structure. Yeah, it's a little crazy looking, but they are still all connected, except for these doubled up ones in the back, which really don't matter. And he goes ahead and he's moving his king. And I move my A pawn up.